My friends, to another episode of The Mind of Reese. I am so happy to be here. It has been way too long since I've created an episode. I had just gotten back from Mexico. I am, hit the ground running ever since I had come back, spending some R&R time with my man and my dog. And it was my dog's birthday, so we're like, well, why not go to Mexico? Like, hello, this is a reason why we create freedom in our businesses, is so that we can go and just do things off the cuff and celebrate my dog's birthday in Mexico. Give me a reason, I'll take it. And so, now I'm back and it's been hit the ground running with Meditation 22. And we are just about to open the doors to Beyond the Stars for new members, which I'm so fucking excited. And really where this whole topic of conversation for today is really leaning into. So the topic today was how to turn 5K months into 5K in 2 days. And the biggest way to do this is that I want you just to first off just shift. It's a shifting of an identity here, because when we go from 5K months, inconsistent months, to 5K in 2 days, or 5K and even in 3 days, let's say, which would lead you to 20K months if you only worked 3 days a week, right? If you only worked 3 days a week, that would be, you can make a consistent 20K months just tattooing. I'm not talking about anything else, nothing else. This is how it goes. You have to shift an identity really, really quick here. Because when we're doing the 5K months, there is this, I just need to get by. Yeah, sure, I'll take 5K months. And that's great. 5K months, there's nothing, I love 5K months. That's a great amount of money and for anyone. But at the end of the day, it's like, of course, we want to be making more. I know that I would. I know that 5K a month, especially living in California, is not definitely going to do it for me. And so, especially with the lifestyle that I like to lead, it's one of those things where I'm like, I would like to have a little bit more cushion, a little bit more freedom, a little bit more to do with what I can. And especially since if I can make 5K if I can make 5K in a week, that means that I can make 20K months, which means that I can spend more time with my family, do things that I want to do, maybe hire an assistant, really focus on my craft so that I can get better, so that I can continue to raise those prices and call in more people that are, like-minded and super soulmate. And what I mean by the best clients ever is just that they love you, they love what you do, they don't bat an eye at your prices, and they're willing to invest in themselves, and they're ready to invest right now. And so that's the thing, is that there are a lot of people out there that want to get a tattoo, but they are unwilling to invest right now. And the thing is that the way that people buy is your responsibility. So when I think about turning 5K months into 5K in 2 days, you got to think about it from the perspective of like the starving artist mentality. We got to leave the starving artist mentality so that we step into our embodied CEO and embodied CEO running a holistic business. And the reason why I say this is because when we are embodied and we're running something holistic, which means whole, that means we are focusing on a lot of different aspects of our business. Now, all in all, the way that I look at this and the way that I word this for all intents purposes is just to I am obsessed with marketing, social media marketing. And so it's when it comes to this, it's like, you will actually do this. You will actually call in more clients when you stop treating your IG page like a portfolio and you start treating your IG page like a motherfucking business. Because this is the whole of it. Right now, it's like, right now what's happening in the tattoo industry, which is something that's always been happening. Like, for instance, the strategies in the tattoo business that most people have been taught is to post your tattoos on social media, especially if you're in this day and age, is to post your tattoos on social media, go out and talk about your tattoos at bars and whatever else. And that's how you can grow your clientele. And from there, it's like, okay, we can do that. Yeah, this actually did used to work much in that way at the beginning of social media times. Now it's different. So we got to roll with the times. But the problem is that what I notice with most artists, it's like I post my thing, and then you'll find these complaints and excuses and blaming game on in this aspect. And so this is very much that starving artist mentality. Like, we're in this victimization, chasing, forcing, woe is me, I don't know why the algorithms hates me, and this and that, I've been shadow banned, and all of these type of things. And we got to step into the embodied CEO, because the embodied CEO looks at marketing, looks at business as like, I just got to roll with the punches, and this just means that I got to learn new things, and that maybe I should be learning the immutable laws, the universal laws that are tried and true over time, instead of just learning tactics, because tactics don't actually work without a foundation. And so when I'm thinking about this, Okay, so then how, Reese? Like, it's like, okay, if I want to step out of the starving artist mentality and I want to step into the shoes of the embodied CEO, that's my new intention. Okay, if that's your new intention, then this is how it's going to play. So when I do a lot of brand audits for all the artists that come and work in my spaces, the first thing I always know is that they're like, okay, I just want more visibility. No, you don't want more visibility. You want more motherfucking clients. Okay, let's just admit that. We just want more motherfucking clients. Like, that's it. And that's the whole point of like understanding the immutable laws so that you can dial in your marketing, dial in your message, become the CEO of your holistic business. And then once you do that, then you can start treating your business like a business, not treating IG like a portfolio. And you can start making moves in the direction that will get you to the point where you are making $5,000 in every 2 days versus $5,000 a month. Okay? So when artists first come to work with me, the first thing they do is that they're like, okay, I want more clients. The first thing I ask them, and really the first thing I look for in their IG, is that are they an art museum, are they an art gallery, or are they an art brand? Okay? Your IG is a store with your bio and highlights and your name all being its storefront. So if I'm going to be looking inside this, if this store is going to be inviting me in, first I'm going to check out your bio and even see what you're all about. Because I just want to know what I'm about to get once I start going into the store. Like, I don't want to go into a store that's not my vibe. Okay, I'm not going to go into, when I see a bunch of preppy clothes and just think I'm going to find Hot Topic shit in there. That's not my vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know what it looks like on the outside so that I can come in. That's what your bio, your name is all about. What we do in Beyond the Stars is that I take you through a journey of how to clean all of this shit up so that you can, and this is just this is just like the little things. So let's get into just the bio aspect, okay? So the bio, we boost your bio. That's what we do. We boost your highlights. We boost your name. So that if I'm looking at a storefront, I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely want to come in this store. So then we can get into the content. So there is a difference between going into a store that you want to browse and a store that you want to buy. So if I go into a store that's just tattoos, like they're badass tattoos, awesome tattoos, you're talking about, this is an art museum. You don't really go to an art museum to buy. I'm not going to LACMA, Los Angeles Contemporary Museum of Art. I'm not going there to go buy. I don't even think it's even possible to buy it. I think it's like, isn't it like loaned out? I'm not going to go to these museums to think that I'm going to buy something. I'm going to look at really cool art. I'm going to browse and I'm going to look at really, really cool art. That's what I'm going to do. Okay? This goes for all the people that are really incredibly amazing, because I get a lot of people that are really incredibly amazing and they're wondering why they're not getting booked out further than they are. Or they're wondering why they can't charge more because they feel like other people down the street are charging more, or other people in the industry are charging less and giving tattoos like that are really, really good. So it's like one of those things where it's like, your art is just, if it's just a museum, that's awesome. We're gonna look at cool art, awesome. Tattoos plus you, like there's photos of you, there's tattoos of you. This is an art gallery with an art dealer. We've got lots of tattoos, maybe a couple of photos of you. This makes the potential client feel like, okay, the tattoos are more accessible. I see the face. I see the person that's going to do my tattoo. I may buy. Cool. Yeah, I may buy. And it gives you more of a chance for someone to want to buy from you, for sure, because now you've created this human connection, and now they're like, oh, I love the tattoos, and look at this person. When we see a human being, when psychology states that when we see a human being, another human being, we automatically scan them and just feel, oh, they feel like me, they look like me, or something like this. So like if I'm going to go into a yoga studio, I'm just going to know that all these people here are my people. I can look at them, they're going to feel like me. Okay. So if I see someone that looks like someone in my yoga studio is about to do my tattoo, I'm going to be like, this is going to be a vibe. I know exactly what I'm going to get from here. I know this lady, she seems like this, and this is the kind of tattoos I love. Okay, perfect. That's you and a tattoo. This means an art gallery with an art dealer. So what does that happen when you go to an art gallery and there's an art dealer? Let's say it's the opening night for this artist, and they have the art dealer there. Maybe they even have the artist there. It's like they're talking to the people showing face. Talking about the art, showing face, right? Okay. So great. We love that. However, let's take it a step further, because if you really, really, really want to build something super iconic, identifiable, someone like remembers, someone that someone bandwagons on for years and years to come, you're going to want tattoos plus you and a brand message. Now, this is an art brand, okay? This is where you've taken your tattoos and they are no longer just tattoos, they are a symbol. They are a symbol built on an emotional connection to your beliefs and your values. And this is where you are building a business that stands for something. And now when you do that, a strong brand builds a diehard following that turns its supportive community and become the best soulmate clients. This leaves the chasing, the forcing, and the pushing and energy, all of that shit at the door, because clients are the ones utilizing their own momentum, utilizing their own action to walk through the door, to come get that tattoo by you, to book with you every single day, to sign up for your wait lists. Now you have a brand that visually speaks into who you are and who your work is for, making every single post an invitation to come work with you. No algorithm can touch a brand where people bandwagon on its message, mission, and movement. So the thing is that this is way different than an art gallery and absolutely out of the whole other realm of spectrum from the art museum. The art gallery definitely does well. The art gallery, you can do well. You can definitely make a 6-figure business doing an art gallery. It's like, I absolutely believe that. You can absolutely have a 6-figure business doing an art gallery. But, I mean, I don't know about you, but I ain't here for fucking basic content, basic tattoos, basic. Totally, you can totally make a 6-figure business off of basic shit. But I'm here for fucking miracles, magic. I'm here for fucking legacy. And I'm also here to think about the long-term goal of my business, because yeah, if I have an art gallery and it's like my art and an art business, and let's say more people start to come in and start doing similar art than I do, and if I'm no longer mastering this side of my marketing, all of a sudden, oh, I'm getting pushed back. I'm not getting seen as much because we get more people in the room. More people want to become tattooers and we become more saturated, and that's wonderful. And we love that. There's enough room for everybody, because when you decide that you're no longer in art gallery and you've now created a brand, a whole art brand, now it doesn't matter who the fuck's coming into the room, because you are so memorable. You could fucking sell anything. You could sell ice to Eskimos, because what happens when you build an iconic brand, you have a brand identity and a brand message. And this is what I teach in Beyond the Stars. In my container in Beyond the Stars, it's a 1-year-long mentorship container where you will get all of my programs that teaches you how to build an iconic brand, how to lead an iconic movement, and how to become the anchor of your safety so that you can build a legacy. The thing is that building a brand, it's one of those ones where it can collapse time around how much money you make super quickly. When you are on top of your messaging, when you are on top of the foundations of everything, when you build that brand identity that people fucking bandwagon on, and you know how to speak into the ethers, into the content, into the social media from this perspective, from this identity standpoint, and speaking into the identity of your soulmate client, you will make lots of money. I can guarantee that.
Oh my God, you guys. I am so excited. The Worthy Wealthy Creative Retreat is headed to Acoma, Mexico. January 12th through 16th, 2025. This is for the artist who wants a full body immersive experience to create a magnetic brand following their soul's mission. I can't even tell you how much I had so much fun in this last one. We already have 6-7 people already in. Oh my gosh, put your deposit down today so you can reserve your seat. We're only taking 14 artists, so if this is you, click the show notes, get into the vibe. I will see you in Mexico. I cannot wait.
Getting there, having that brand identity, creating that brand message can be one of those things where we have to refine and get better over time. And this is like building a snowball, right? We're building that snowball, we're packing it in. I call this the snowball effect because it's like we got to build the snowball first. And then we start to roll it, and then we start to roll it, and then we got to push some momentum, and then that shit starts rolling on its own. And now all of a sudden, you're making money from tattooing, you're getting deposits in all the time. You're making like 20K deposits by the time you even open your book's first 24 hours. You are, booked out months and months and months in advance. You're having to raise your prices. You're opening up a shop maybe. You've opened up your studio. Maybe you invited another artist in. Maybe you're getting rent from that other artist. Maybe you're opening up educational spaces so that you can teach other people how you're doing what you do. It's like one of those things, hello, like I've definitely created evidence for all of those things because that is my story. This is my story. And I've been able to book out for months in advance. I'm booked out till 2025, way past 2025. I've been booked out since 2025 from, I think it was July. And so we're talking about like 6-7 months in advance while I barely post tattoos. So the thing is that once you've created this brand identity, now we have, let's talk about the brand identity first. The brand identity is what the brand stands for, aka what you stand for. So it's like a sign. What sign are you holding up? You're holding up a sign that says, this is what I stand for, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going, right? The brand messaging is a clear magnetic messaging which attract the perfect client. So you're speaking into the brand identity, which essentially tells them what's in there, like what's here in their brand identity. Like it's like what they believe in too. So we're speaking into what I believe in, thus the brand believes in, and then also inviting more people in to allow them to be like, oh, I believe in that too. I want a bandwagon in that too. And then all of a sudden, that's where your entire business, whatever you offer, becomes a symbol to them. It builds something so solid for them to stand on, because we all as humans desire to believe in something. We desire a purpose. And when we can find that, when we can find our own first, because that's why I don't look at my business and I don't teach business in the conventional way of just like, here's all the ways to get from A to Z. Of course, I'm going to give that to you, but I'm going to do it in a way that really serves the relationship you have to yourself. Because the only way you're going to get from A to Z is with you. And if you don't trust you, you ain't getting A to Z. There's going to be a little ego inner critic monster inside of you that is going to tell you, you can't do that, be more practical, do this, do that. And it's going to stop you at every letter of the moment you are going toward that Z. So every time you get stopped from A to B, from B to C, every time you get stopped because you are opening yourself up to expansion, you know that fear will follow. So what do we also bring into Beyond the Stars is that we are bringing healing, somatic practical tools that help you move through these big expansions, because in order to expand, we need to create more space. This means we got to let go of old beliefs that we no longer identify with and that no longer serve us, so that we can move in the direction that gets us to that Z. That helps us build that identity, that helps us say the messaging, that helps us go from where you can build a highly converting content strategy and launch plan that will get you booked out for months and months in advance. The sky is the fucking limit from there. So the thing is that you have these two things: brand identity, brand messaging. From there, you can build everything else that you will need. You will build highly converting content. You will build a launch plan for your business that will get you booked out and have a high cash injection within the deposits that you receive during that time you launch. Dependent upon how far out you launch or how in demand you are, how many people are signing up for your wait lists, you get to raise those prices. From there, the brand identity and the brand message goes into your nurture emails. They go into your emails. You want to know how I don't have to post so much and we're still getting booked out months and months and months in advance? Is because I have a brand identity and a brand message. And from there, I've created all of the messaging tactics that I need in order to invite more people in and to continue to invite them in. From my emails, all the way down to my email marketing, to my social media marketing, to my website marketing and sales pages. All of these three things are optimized by my brand identity and brand messaging. And since they are so consistent, I do not even have to be on social media posting tattoos and still get tattoo bookings. So this is the thing. We do this, we continue to create longevity. Over time, we get this identity brand message and become the anchor, because we need to walk ourselves through all of these things in this expansion. And then we build that snowball effect, and then it starts to roll. And that's how we can create we can change 5K months into 5K in 2 days, really create 20K months if you wanted to make 5K a week and create those 20K consistent months. And we continue and continue and continue. But this is also about playing the long game. Tactics don't work long term. Nobody failed a business for lack of tactics. You could Google tactics. You don't need to pay for them. You can Google them. You can Instagram search them. Give me all the tactics. You can ChatGPT it. Give me all the tactics. But if you do not have a brand identity and message that you bandwagon on, thus other people wanting to bandwagon on, you don't have a clear, clean throat chakra that has a long line of connection between your root all the way up to your throat, so that all your first 3 survival chakras, they're all like, now we understand who we are, what we are building, what my passion is, and move and speak from my heart so that it comes out through my throat in a way that people are like, whoa, feel my level of fucking presence every time I post something in the online space. Yeah, no. If you haven't done all of this work, as well as all the strategies simultaneously, it doesn't hit as hard as you might want. And oftentimes it's because we've got a lot of things. This is all about a journey. There's no real like, oh my God, I've made it. Because there's always going to be a next thing and a next thing. So it's learning how to hold both your future and the present moment and learning from your wisdom from the past. And this is why I make Beyond the Stars a 1-year long container, because I know that we are humans who have seasons. We are not robots. And the way that the patriarchy has taught us, and the way that even the industry has taught us, is that it's like work fucking hard, blood, sweat, and tears. But I hear this from a lot of people that have been in this industry for 20 years and have been like, well, it was just blood, sweat, and tears, but now it's different. So I don't know what else to do, because I'm eager to give blood, sweat, and tears, but there's a lot of people out there willing to do the same thing. So we have to shift. And I'm not talking not hustling, because we do definitely hustle. But it's a lot of different types of hustling. It's not only the doing type of hustling, it's also the shifting of the identity type of hustling, and the shifting the beliefs that we have within ourselves, which honestly is a lot harder than all this fucking other shit that the tactical and the strategy shit. Like, the strategy is super easy when you are rock solid in who the fuck you are. When you are rock solid in the identity of the embodied CEO. Because now you're having an embodied experience. And you can heal and share that healed, embodied experience with the world, project a level of presence and magnetism that just causes people to be like, I don't even know what you're selling, but I want whatever, and I'm buying. And that's how you build an iconic brand. So you need those 2 things. To recap, we're going to talk about, first, you got to leave the starving artist mentality, embody the new identity of the embodied CEO running a holistic business, the embodied spiritual entrepreneur running a holistic business. And then if you really want to take your business from going from 5K a month to 5K a week, maybe 5K in 2 days, making 20K months, if that's really what you want to do, maybe even more, then you're going to need to create an iconic brand. You're going to need to no longer treat your IG like a portfolio. You're going to need to treat it like a business. You're going to need a brand. You're going to need the tattoos plus you and the brand message, which creates an art brand, creating that symbol. And to do that, you need a brand identity and you need a brand message. And from there, that can create your content strategy, your launch strategies, your email marketing, your sales pages, and your websites. And it makes it so seamless for the customer journey to find you, fall in love with you, and buy from you. And that's literally how it works. This is how we funnel our people through. But it takes grit. It takes loving on yourself wholeheartedly. It takes, yes, holding doubt, fear, and holy shit, I'm doing this, and holding the celebrations of that, holy fuck, I believe in myself. So if you are that person, if you are fucking ready to, stop playing by the rules, come find me. Come find me. I didn't like being told that I couldn't be taken seriously, I couldn't show my face, or I couldn't be sexy, and I could only show tattoos in the industry in order for me to be taken seriously as an artist. that I needed to gatekeep what I knew, and so that anybody that was coming in the industry, we didn't give them too much because it's oversaturated, which I don't fucking believe. And that I had to have realistic goals. Realistic isn't even in my fucking vocabulary. So this is how you pave your own way. If you're anything like me, you're the type of artist who runs a holistic business like an embodied CEO. You believe in magic and miracles are around every corner, and that you are one decision, one investment, one opportunity away from a totally different life at any given moment. That your insecurities and your quirks and your uniqueness are the source to creating a business that exceeds any vision board. And you know that you are being manifested just as much as your soulmate clients are manifesting you, right? Like, you are being manifested just as much as you are manifesting your soulmate clients. So here's the real of it. You will accelerate the success in your business when you build a high-end brand that is in a league of its own. So when you decide you want to ditch the game everyone else is playing and create a movement that is unmistakable and identifiable and is focused on the long game, high cash months, where you have unmatched presence, you will fucking shift timelines. Okay? You can find Beyond the Stars in the show notes if you'd like to join us there. Because get ready. The slots are going to fill up fast, and I bet you we're going to shoot to the moon. Beyond the Stars. Love you guys. See you in the next episode.